77, 78, 79. Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Saleen S7 LM, which is apparently from 2017, which is kind of mind-boggling to me because I remember this game being featured in, I remember this car being featured in games that I played as like a really young child, and it was like a new car then. And somehow it's still being made as a new model to some degree in 2017. Either way, we're going to go ahead and take this thing for a drive, see what it's like, and then we're going to build it out as far as we possibly can. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and choose it. And once it finally saves, and no, I'm not going to turn my device off. Yes, you can give me the car. That's fine. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this thing out of the dealership, or rather, the festival, the auto show, the dealership. I feel like they could just call it the dealership and it would be fine. Oh, that's got an interesting sound to it. Let's see what this thing can do. I wonder if it has like factory launch control. It doesn't seem like it does, but I'll probably have to go ahead and mess with a couple of different features first before I figure it all out. So let's see what this thing is like completely stock out on the highway. It actually seems like it has a lot of turbo lag. Like, more turbo lag than I would have originally thought. Like, let me roll into it in second gear. And yes, I know we're on the wrong side. Just bear with me for a quick second. Actually, let's go ahead and switch sides. All right, let's see. So I'm going to floor it at 2,000 RPM. Yeah, it doesn't really even, like, properly hit its power band until about, like, 5,000 RPM in second gear. I feel like that's really high. It's ridiculously fast, though. Like, even in stock form. Oh, come on. Come on, come on. So it's actually about to hit its gearing limit. 238 miles an hour. 39. Oh, there it is. It ever so slightly touched 240 in completely stock form. Now, granted, it does seem to hit a bit of a gearing wall, which is kind of shocking because I figured it would hit an aero wall before it hit a gearing wall. But either way, let's go ahead and take it back to the garage now and see what we can turn this thing into in terms of aftermarket parts. Sometimes a lot of these higher end cars don't actually give you as many options as you feel like they maybe should. So let's dive into the upgrades and see what's available. Now, on the factory engine, or I guess I should say the factory engine setup, we do have the option to upgrade both the cams and the turbos, which is really surprising because those are both really big power gains usually. So let's see. That's a good like almost 90 horsepower gain just from cams. Okay. And then let's see, turbos. Race turbo setup with it. Oh my God. 1,404 horsepower and 1,135 foot-pounds of torque. That's, yeah, I'm gonna have that. And let's see, another 43 horsepower from the intercooler setup. Let's see, exhaust setup too. Another? Are you serious? We gonna get another? Okay, I was like, internally, I was like, we gonna get another 43 horsepower from the intake as well? Because if we get that, I'm gonna be like, are you serious? Are you freaking kidding me? And then finally, ignition setup, 1,548 horsepower and 1,252 foot-pounds of torque at under 3,000 pounds. Not by much, but by just enough that it still matters. It's still under 3,000 pounds. And wait, Oh, we didn't even do the fuel system yet. So it's actually knocking on the door of 1,600 horsepower. Okay, let me go ahead and knock out the rest of the upgrades. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could technically turn it into a drift car. I don't think we're going to go that route with it, but that's entirely up to you. Now, let's see. Do we want to do... I don't really think we need it, to be honest. I mean, all it's going to do is add weight, which we don't want. And oh my God, we've got this thing under 2,700 pounds with over 1,500 horsepower. That's kind of nuts. I'm going to go ahead and do the 7-speed. I just want the 1 extra gear, and then race driveline setup. And then we'll go ahead and do probably a race diff. There are definitely some other, pre-programmed setups that we could do, but I'm not going to worry about any of those. And we're just going to do the standard race setup. Now, as far as wheels go, I'm really back and forth. Because, to be honest, we could go fully in depth and do, totally different wheel and tire package and this, that, and the other. But I kind of really, really like those factory Saleen wheels. And I also want to throw, I kind of want to throw some of the new HREs on the car, but I know that they're heavy. Or at least heavier than the wheels that we're working with right now. So I'm still... I don't know. I'm still back and forth. I'll be in here for too long. Yep, I'll be in here for way too long. How wide does it go? Wide enough. Yeah, plenty wide enough. Although I don't really think I'm going to worry about making it that wide, because I feel like if I do that, it's just going to it's not really going to contribute to the rest of what we want this car to do, which is go fast on the highway. And I don't really want to create any additional aero drag or anything like that from too much wheel offset. So let's see if we can, honestly, probably just slicks. And then let's see, rear tire size. No, hold on. 345s. Because I guess so. Because we can. And actually, I mean, if we're going to take this thing down the highway, we might as well throw some drag tires on it, right? And honestly, as much as I would love to keep the wing that's on it right now, the GT wing, I kind of feel like if we're doing this for a top speed build, we should probably remove the wing and just go as slick as humanly possible. So we're going to go ahead and take that off. And then really now at this point, I mean, we could engine swap it, but I don't really want to. It's not really my interest. So now we get to go ahead and install everything, and then we get to go drive it. Now, we're probably going to hit the gearing limit once again with the 7-speed transmission. So we'll probably have to mess with it a little bit. And the setup that we end up with in this video will probably not really be in line with any kind of final setup. However, I do really, still want to see what it does. God! Hold on. And send. Oh my God! And that's with drag tires. This thing is absolutely, it's mind-blowing. It's actually mind-bending. It's beyond mind-blowing, and it's crossed over into mind-bending. I will say, there's a lot less turbo lag now. God! Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, I think we blitzed the old top speed. Oh, it's like crab walking. That's absolutely nuts. Hold on. We're going to turn it around, and we're going to see if we can hit this gearing limit. Let's go. Oh my god! Allow me my one rewind. Please. Allow me my one rewind. Don't hate me for my one rewind. Oh, we are gonna need some gear tuning so bad. There's over 270. And it's still wanting to pull. Oh. Yeah, with a little bit of like messing with the gearing, this thing could be an absolute just, I don't even know what to call it at this point. This is 277 with no tuning on the gearing. Oh, that turbo sound too. Let me go ahead and mess with the gearing real quick, and then we're gonna do one more run. All right, give me the downhill. Come on. 77, 78, 79. There's 280. Oh, it flickered 281 for a second and into traffic. Now, granted, I'm sure that there's probably a way you could get it to go even faster if you V12 swapped it, but this engine just feels so right in this car, and I'm definitely glad that we kind of opted to see what this engine could do. But that is going to do it for this one, y'all, and I will see y'all next time.